What's going on, everyone? Matthew Osborn here, and this is the final update for the 14-day eFLIP challenge. This is day 14. I just finished the last day of sourcing on eFLIP. This is the challenge where for 14 days I tried to set a budget of every single day how much I would invest in eFLIP to buy books from Amazon, to send back to Amazon and hopefully flip for a profit, and I've documented it every day for the last 14 days. If this is the first video you're watching, check out the link below to sign up for the challenge. Even though this challenge is done for me, these 14 days are done, we've documented all of it. We've put it into a little training material for you, so you can go back to the beginning, watch those training videos, and then watch the 14 days through and do your own eFLIP 14-day challenge. Today I'm going to show you the final book I purchased, what I invested in for day 14, and also my stats for the entire challenge up to this point, so you guys can kind of see where I'm at. From the other people that have been taking the challenge along with me, I've seen some people show some great results, some very similar results to what I've seen over these 14 days. So it'll be exciting to see in a couple weeks, and especially once next month comes, how many books have sold that people have purchased during this time period. So it's been a fun challenge. Let's dive in real quickly to what I purchased for day 14. So here's the Keepa chart. As normal, you can see the sales rank is in green. Each of the drops designates a sale. It could be multiple sales, but in this case, it's very likely there's a single sale each of these drops. E-score for this book was 14, meaning it's selling a little over twice a month on average. It picked up a little bit last August, but not crazy, and then maybe a little bit more in January. So there might be a little bit of seasonality to this book, but as you can see right there, it's fairly consistent all the way through. There's one larger spot it didn't sell in December when the price went up really high, but other than that, it sold fairly consistently. So right there you can see the part I have highlighted. It shows the used price was $56.99 and it was still selling consistently. So we can see that, and even over in March and April right there, the price went really high above Amazon's price when they went out the listing, and it was still selling through that period as well. So I know this book can support a higher price point than what it's currently at. And if you look right there towards the end, hopefully my face isn't covering it, but it might be covering it. It's dropped down really low recently, the past couple days, which is what led me to look at this book. So if we look at the used offers right here, we can see there's two low ones, $14.99 and then $20.80. Each of those only have one copy. And then it jumps up to $97 for a new copy, merchant fulfilled, and then a $98 prime price right there, still one copy available, and then $99 for another new offer. If we look at the prime offers for this book, there's that $98 one, and then Amazon's on the listing brand new for $104, and they only have one copy left in stock too. So once that one sells, Amazon will probably be back off the listing. Normally, if they're getting restocked on this book, it'll show right there, one left in stock, more on the way, but it does not designate that. It doesn't mean they won't get more right away, but it's likely once that one sells, Amazon will be off the listing for a little while until they get more stock for that book. So, looking at the calculator for this book, at a purchase price of $24.79 for that second offer, if I price this book around $89, if I come in at the lowest prime price, it'll be 174% return on my investment for $43.27. I went ahead with this book and I purchased both those bottom ones, the $14.90 and the $20.80 listing. I wanted both of those. I wanted to jump the market price back up to that $97 point, and then I could get both of these, hopefully prime, get them first on the listing and get those sold first, and hopefully get a fairly quick return on my investment. This book is not selling all the time. Like I said, it's got an e-score 14, so it will take maybe a month or two or three, but I'm pretty confident with the history of this book that I'll be able to get a very good return on my investment, even if I have to lower that price. Which the whole goal of the challenge, for me at least, has been to find books where I can hopefully get a great return on my investment, but if all else fails, I can be very confident I'll be able to get my money back and still get a positive return, even if I have to lower the price. So that's been my goal. I think I accomplished that pretty well for these 14 days. Let's take a look at the numbers. So right here, the results. Hour and 30 minutes. Hour and 30 minutes. I had to double check my math on this because I've been timing myself each day when I'm sourcing. I'm not including the time it takes to make these review videos, of course. I'm just talking about sourcing, and I'm not including the listing time in here because listing is going to vary for each person depending on how often you're listing, how many books you're listing. But an hour and 30 minutes total time spent. It's an average of about 6 minutes a day for the past 14 days. Today, this find, I did a search. It only returned 2 results, and this was the second result I had clicked on, and I went ahead and purchased this one. Today probably took 2 minutes, 3 minutes to make that buying decision. It really doesn't take that much time. I purchased 19 books in 14 days, so a few days I purchased multiple copies. And then total amount invested over this period was $629.09. That's the amount of money I spent purchasing books, including shipping, for this challenge, and then I'm going to send those back into Amazon. Estimated profit, if I get the return that I'm looking at on each of these books, will be about $1,122, which is about 178% return on my investment. So I love that number right there. That's what I'm most excited about, because even if that number drops, it's still really, really good. I can get it dropped by 78% right there, and I'm still getting 100% return on my investment. I invested an hour and 30 minutes of my time, so to get that kind of return on that amount of time spent is phenomenal. I'm happy about that. I'm letting my money work for me rather than going out and using my time instead. I did a post the other day kind of showing a little bit of my results for this, and I talked about the difference between eFLIP and something like the 100 book challenge, where I went out and did physical sourcing. There's of course pros and cons to each, and you don't have to choose one or the other. eFLIP can make a great way to supplement the income you're getting from physical sourcing. It can be a great thing to do if you can't get out of the house, or specifically for people that maybe it's a very far drive to the nearest location to the source. eFLIP is a great alternative to them because you can do it no matter where you are in the country. So with eFLIP, it took a lot less time, a lot more money invested, a little bit less return on my investment as far as the amount of money I'm spending. But again, I spent very little time, there's very little work I actually had to do for this, and I'm getting a return. So it took more capital, but a lot less work. The 100 book challenge, on the other hand, when I went out and physically sourced 100 books every single week, it took about $200 investment for 100 books on average, and my normal ROI, or my normal profit from those 100 books, would be between $800 and $1,000 estimated profit. So it's kind of comparable in that sense, but I spent 11 hours on average each week doing that, compared to an hour and 30 minutes in 14 days. So in 2 weeks' time, that's 45 minutes a week is what I'd spent for eFLIP challenge. So the time is the biggest difference between these two and the amount of money involved. Like I said, there's pros and cons to each. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can do both. I'd actually encourage you to do both. Use eFLIP to supplement the income you're getting from physical sourcing. Find some great flips. It doesn't have to be all textbooks. Like I showed in this challenge, I hope I demonstrated this challenge, almost every single book I purchased, even though some of them had seasonality to them, they still sold at a consistent price where I'd be able to make money throughout the entire year and hopefully flip the book, even if it's not textbook season. So that was my goal for the challenge. I think I was able to accomplish that. Hopefully those of you that have been sticking around since the beginning accomplished that as well. As you can see down at the bottom of this slide, we've had 337 people sign up to take the eFLIP challenge. So thank you everyone that's been taking this challenge. Hopefully it's been successful for you. Please share your success stories with me. Let me know what you guys did. I hope a lot of you beat my stats for this. And if you did, please share those with me because I'd be happy to see that. I'd love to see a lot of you beating my stats for this challenge. But yeah, this is going to conclude the 14-day challenge. In about a month, maybe 2 or 3 months, I'll come back and do a video actually showing you some of the books from this challenge that have sold. It'll be really cool to see what it looked like when I purchased it, what I expected it to sell for, and then what actually took place. I'm excited to do that. Tomorrow, I've been asked by a few people to do a video on my exact searches that I was doing throughout this challenge. We did a little bit of that in the very beginning in the training video. Caleb showed quite a few searches you can do. I'll show you kind of which searches I kept defaulting to for this challenge, specifically because I knew those searches would give me the results I was looking for the amount of money I was trying to invest. So of course the searches can be adjusted based on the money you're trying to invest, but for me, I found a few searches that hit the sweet spot for the $30, $40 to $60 investment each day that I was doing. And I'll show you guys those results in a video tomorrow. Again, thank you everyone that took the challenge, and I'll see you guys in the next video.